Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you, and thank you so much for all of the panelists. Nadine, I know it may be early morning for you. Nadine is at this moment on a mission in the Middle East, and she's up. So I truly appreciate that, what USERF has done and continues to do, despite extraordinary pushback. And Professor Stanton, you have done a favor to the whole world by helping people understand what are the stages of genocide. And I welcome your thoughts that Congress must pass the resolution declaring such, but you also recognize what type of uphill battle which we have. India is hiding behind Gandhi, although the killers of Gandhi are roaming around India at this moment. Gandhi, yoga, and Taj Mahal, America must look beyond that if we are able to understand and save lives. India is a beautiful country and a beautiful culture, but India is at risk. That's why our campaign actually at Justice for All is called Save India from Fascism. And that is not favor to minorities, Muslims or Christians, or Sikhs or Dalits, but it's a favor to the whole country. It's the second largest country in the world. Its well-being of its democracy is good for all of us. So I recognize what Professor Stanton has said, that it is going to be difficult, but I truly appreciate you saying that you want to issue a emergency alert of genocide for India. I think this is extremely important, a welcoming step for your announcement. We have been concerned quite a bit, and we have been working. And the first time I came to realize what is happening, accelerating situation. We have been working through Burma Task Force on the Rohingya issue. And then came the editorial from New York Times on October 14th, 2015. And it pointed out, it was an editorial, it pointed out that the Hindutva extremists of RSS and these people are collaborating with the Burmese extremists who are committing a genocide right then, and with Sri Lankan extremists. So the collaboration of genociders brought us our attention to that, and we instituted Save India from Fascism. India definitely is important for the whole world, not just for its minorities. And America, we just held a democracy conference. Unfortunately, these points were not very clear, that the person representing India, its prime minister, is presiding in dismantling democracy there by changing the very nature of India's character. So we have been working with coalition, and we will continue to work. We have Faith Coalition, which we started for to Rohingya genocide, and it worked successfully in its declaration that it is a genocide by US House of Representatives, led by Republicans at that time, passed the resolution. And later on, the Republican committee also announced that. But then the Faith Coalition has been helping us with the Uyghur issue, and many actions have been taken. I would like to give a call to all of you who are present there, that you can send an email to Save India at Justice for All, and it will be available, that information, to you. And if in your city, and if you're in a state, you have contacts, multi-faith contacts, Faith India Coalition now will be working on Save India from Fascism. We're expanding also. Brother Zahir shared many things which we're doing currently, and I hope it will be available to you through chat box and our question and answer, where that document could be shared. We're expanding in a way that we have worked very closely with European Union on the Uyghur issue. We developed good relationship with the British Parliament by writing memos and relationship on Uyghur issue. Now we'll be translating that relationship and leveraging for the cause of Indian minorities to stop slow genocide in India. Education is the first thing. And at the end of this, my presentation, I would request my colleague to share 3 things which are available now, what individuals can do. Those several hundred people who are attending, you have your networks, you have your reach, you have your contacts in churches, in synagogue, in Hindu temples, as well as mosque. So what can you do through your contact individually? There's a whole document of 2 pages, which will be shared at the end of this presentation with you. We also have a document what churches can do. It is American churches are serious people. They just don't talk like Muslims talk in solidarity with other people. A 20 billion or higher $billion American Christians share with Christian brothers and sisters around the country. And right on the Christmas day, India gave a Christmas gift to Christians in India. They banned the largest charity of Mother Teresa, which serves with 4,000 nuns to people nobody seems to care for in India. Now they cannot receive any charity from American churches. Do our churches know about that? And Christmas Eve, there were attacks. And one of the speech in that conference on December 17th to 19th at one of the holiest place in India, declared there will be no more Christmas and there will be no more Eid in that state. They made a declaration, it is all recorded. And that evening, churches on the Christmas Eve were attacked, and some people were blocked from getting to the churches. Celebration in India. And I have been honored at Gandhi's Samadhi, and where Gandhi used to live in India, in Delhi, whenever he will visit Gandhi Ashram, it has a big pole or minaret. All around you will find verses of Quran, verses of Bible, verses of Bhagavad Gita. That's where he used to worship. He wanted all people to be equal in there. But the people who killed Gandhi, RSS, BJP government, which is in power, doesn't want that. So what churches can do, that document is available. It is 3 pages and it will be shared at the end of this presentation to any one of you. So each individual can take it and you become the leader in your community. And if you have some people willing to work with you, join the Faith Coalition to stop genocide. The third item, since many of the people who are attending, by the way, hundreds of people, many of them are not Muslims, many of them are not Americans. This cause is cause of humanity and all people need to be involved in that cause. But for Muslims, we have one document what masjids can do. Masjid are a very powerful institution in the Muslim community. Not all Muslims are connected with mosques, but mosques are connected with a whole lot of people. In interfaith, Muslims are number one. What your interfaith partners are doing? Wherever mosque is, around us are churches. Do churches know what is happening to Christians there? Can mosque and churches together take a delegation and talk to their congressperson and senators that the usurped chair who is present here has already asked the United States government. By the way, this is a bipartisan commission appointed by Trump administration, appointed by Biden administration, people from all sides working together. It came through act of the Congress. They have recommended that India should be declared a country of particular concern. Why State Department is not doing that? Because they are not hearing from us. That's the one reason. If they hear from our congressperson, senator, can your mosque and can church next to you together, you can go and talk to your senator and congressperson about it. Nadain had been leader in this area. For 2 years, they have been asking for sanctions on those people who are going around attacking the minorities. Why State Department and Treasury is not doing it? One reason, brothers and sisters, they are not listening they are not hearing from us. That's where your sheet is important, what mosque can do, what churches can do, what individual can do. No, we won't be able to get everything done overnight. RSS and PJP has taken their time. It was 20 years ago when they demolished the Babri Mosque, the historic 500-year-old mosque, and that's where they started building up. It was 20 years ago when they committed the genocidal massacre, because of which Professor Stanton mentioned, Modi couldn't enter America thanks to our laws for 10 years. That was the build-up, and they kept building it up. So they have taken years. So your effort is not going to be like pushing a button and something happening. It will require a lot of education, lot of teaching, taking America beyond the Gandhi and yoga and Taj Mahal to understand even Taj Mahal, that love story is being denied. That, okay, no, there was no love story behind that. Every Christian and Muslim property is being called that it is actually Hindu property. So here's my few other calls. We need 100 volunteers. You are right now, several hundred people are listening to this. No matter what country you're on, I know majority of you are right here in America. I'm looking for you to volunteer now. We're looking for 100 volunteers to give 5 hours a week for next 5 months. If you could do that, great. Otherwise, you can limit whatever hours you can go. And we have justiceforall.org/volunteer. Of course, there are many causes. You need to pick Save India cause there. So this is a call for 100 volunteers, give 5 hours a week for 5 months. Now they need your support. Their call need to be backed up by people calling their congressperson and senators. If Hina Zubairi and Zahir have generated 52,000 calls last year for Uyghur cause and the Rohingya cause, we can generate 100,000 call for this cause. Without that, it's not going to take next step. So this is one call. Second call I'm asking, I'm looking for 10 of you who are listening. God Almighty has said, saving one life is like saving a humanity. We're talking about 1.2 billion people here. Of course, half of them are minorities, which are at higher risk. But when genocide happens, it is not going to happen just like minorities only getting killed. Somebody going to take a stand, and somebody going to come attacking. They will take a stand for their family and their children. Other people going to get killed. Innocents going to get killed. It is going to be a major problem. So to save all of that, I'm looking for 10 of you to quit your job. Yes, it's not a joke. People who are working on it, they need time and they need smart people. If you're smart in a business, you're making money, take some time off or be full time. And if you cannot do that, then you need to give money so we can have 10 people working to stop fascism from taking over India, which they have in many, many ways, but it can still be stopped. We must trust God along with trusting our effort. So this is what we're looking. If you cannot do that, also giving a call, a humble call to raise $1 million for Save India from Fascism campaign. There are Hindus for human rights. They are trying to organize, but money from Hindus are not going towards them. Monies from Hindus in America, unfortunately, going to those people who are strengthening fascism. All of you need to donate to Hindus for Human Rights. They're taking a risk of being attacked. I know a Hindu personally, a friend whose home in India was attacked because of what he is doing for the human rights. So there are brave people. Journalists are being attacked. You know, India, second largest country, out of 180 countries, Reporters Without Borders have rated them at 142nd level. Afghanistan, Mexico, and India is where they are saying the highest risk of life for the journalist. Journalists are taking a risk for you. So I'm calling for $1 million to be raised. Not right now, but when you volunteer, justiceforall.org/volunteer, commit that you are willing to raise this money and write it down. If you're willing to take a month off for this cause, take 2 months off, or you're willing to commit 5 hours for this particular cause. My friends, this is the beginning of a campaign. Many other organizations are working. We are supporting all those organizations. We're open towards all, but it needs to become a call of faith. So join the Faith Coalition individually and your organization for this particular cause. And I like to announce that Justice for All has joined the Alliance Against Genocide, which Dr. Gregory Stanton leads, and will be part of that. So networking, alliances, and coalition, that's the strategy we will take America forward in understanding the new India, which is heading towards genocide and stopping this slow genocide. Invite us for presentation in your community. If you are a church, you like an evangelical Christian, I have tons of evangelical Christian friends. We work with them. They are our brothers in faith. We believe in different ways, but they are surprised that I fast the day Jesus, peace be upon him, was born. We celebrate Jesus. Muslim cannot be a Muslim until they believe in Jesus and all of that. So in a very different way, our faith is different, but I can connect with evangelical Christians. I can connect you with mainline churches who I work in coalition very regularly. One of the evangelical Christian leader who controls 200 churches across America is co-chair of the Faith Coalition. And one mainline church leader is the third co-chair of this particular coalition. So if you need a presentation for your church, for your mosque, for your university, Zoom or in person, we can provide that. Just send email to saveindia@justiceforall.org. We have almost done with the preparation of an exhibit on India and Indian minorities and Muslims in India. And we can help Christians develop one on Christians in India. And that exhibit will be available to those of the people who like to use for the educational purposes. So my friends, thank you so much for joining. This is the time for question and answer, but I like to repeat just a summary of it. This genocidal policy started a while ago. It has reached the level that Professor Stanton calling at 8th level of genocide. And Hina had to control herself because she has more relatives there than she does in America. And I have to worry about my own relatives. You know, this thing is personal to us. This is not a theory. We have people whose life is at stake. Every day people are lynched. Those from America, and you have seen images are black being lynched by hanging by the tree. Right now, Muslims, Christians, and Dalit in India have photos of those type people hanging from the trees, except they are colored photo instead of black and white photos of the early days of lynching in America. This is happening right now. So we have 3 tools available. Brother Zahir or Sister Hina, please go ahead and share that with people, what churches can do, what mosques can do, what individual can do. We have a call for volunteers. Please send out the URL, justiceforall.org/volunteer. We have a lot of volunteers, Uyghur issue, Rohingya issues. Some of them help in this area, Sri Lanka task force, but we need specific volunteers working on this particular issue as well. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sister Hina.